My name is Shaf Keshavjee. I'm the director of the Toronto Lung Transplant Program. I'm a thoracic surgeon, and I also direct the Latner Thoracic Research Laboratories at UHN. I trained in medicine at the University of Toronto, and then subsequently in the Department of Surgery at the University of Toronto, where I trained in general surgery, cardiac surgery, and thoracic surgery. The very exciting thing about postgraduate studies at the University of Toronto is I had the opportunity to enroll in the surgeon scientist program through the Institute of Medical Sciences, and that's where I did my advanced degree, and I got introduced to lung transplantation. At the time when I was a research fellow, it was the very early days of lung transplantation, and lung preservation hadn't been sorted out yet. And so a part of my master's thesis work was to develop a technique for lung preservation, which is currently used around the world today. So it was a very exciting opportunity for me to get involved in basic science and translational science, science that really would make a difference to how patients are cared for around the world.
What does a typical workday look like for you?
Idea of graduate school and exposure to research really helps one to decide, do you want to do research or not? And do you incorporate it into your life and your practice forevermore? And so I would be what you would call a surgeon scientist or a clinician scientist. And so I operate on some days, I see new patients on some days, and I have a lab day where I go to the lab and either involved in the research experiments or in the lab meetings with my fellows, my students, and collaborators. So it adds a lot of variety to your life, but it also adds a different dimension of really research and studying new ways to do things and new ways to treat patients in the future.
What do you like most about your job?
What I like most about my job is really the fact that you're helping people every day and you're saving lives, and that's a wonderful feeling. But really, there are things in medicine where we don't have the answers. So what I like most about my job is that I can be part of finding answers, of solving problems, of making things possible today that weren't possible yesterday.
Outside of work, what are your hobbies or interests?
I think it's very important to have a balanced life, and outside work, my interests are obviously spending time with my family. I play a lot of tennis. I like to swim and boat and be outdoors. So and cycling. So those are the things that sort of help me to stay fit and help me be able to do my work, but also to enjoy other things in life other than my work.
What's something surprising that people might not know about you?
I'm not sure that there'd be a lot of things that they'd find surprising about me, except for the fact that probably most people think that I work all the time. And I think they'd be surprised at how much time I do spend in doing more normal things and playing rather than working.
If you could have dinner with any person, past or present, who would it be and why?
It's a fascinating question, but I think I would probably like to have dinner with somebody like Albert Einstein. Someone who, could see beyond where other people saw, and also where they were developing things that were unbelievable, like to the people around them. How did they deal with that? So he'd be one.
If you could switch careers for a day, what would you choose and why?
I actually wouldn't switch a career. I think that's one of the very lucky things that I like what I do, and I think that's a secret for success. But if I had to switch for a day, being a professional tennis player like Roger Federer or something would be pretty amazing.
Backpacking adventure or luxury resort vacation?
Luxury resort.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Fiction or non-fiction books?
Nonfiction.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Comedy or drama movies?
Drama.
Thank you very much for coming in today.
My pleasure.